Welcome back to the channel. This is the Nurses Thread. Today on the channel, I'll be showing you how to make this simple, stylish double handkerchief fleece skirt with a zip. If this is something you're interested in, keep watching and let's dive right into this tutorial. So these are the fabrics we'll be working with. I've gone ahead to separate my fabrics. It's a double layer skirt, so I've gone ahead to separate this so that it's easier to work with. Now for the first one, which will be for the shorter length, I've folded it. What I have here is a yard and 20 inches. Okay, but the length is 60 inches, just like our normal length. But the yardage here is a yard and 20 inches. This is for the short length. Okay, so you can make yours longer depending on the length you're trying to achieve for your skirt. You notice that mine was long but not long enough to the ankle. Now for the bigger one, which we're going to use, this is the fabric. So this fabric here I'm going to open it up to take the measurement. What I have here is just a few inches shy of 2 yards. So I'm going to say 2 yards. That's what I use for the longer part of the skirt. So if you're making a normal handkerchief flay, depending on your length, 2 yards should be enough, especially if you're working with a fabric that is 60 inches of length. Okay, if you're working with an Ankara fabric, you're not going to have it so long, but because this is a fabric that comes in 60 inches of length, this works perfectly. So take note of that. The shorter one is a yard and 20 inches, while the longer one is a few inches shy of 2 yards. That makes it 2 yards. We're just going to say 2 yards so that we're not confused. So what I'm doing now is to fold my fabric into two firstly, and then I'll fold it again. So we're going to fold our fabric into four. We're going to start with cutting out the bigger one. All right, so the difference between the measurements for both of them is just the length. We have one longer than the other. That is the only difference between both of them. In a case where you want to make the both of them of the same length, you have to have your fabrics equal. Okay, it's possible for you to cut your handkerchief, double handkerchief fleece skirt, for you to have equal lengths on both of them, if that is what you're trying to achieve. So after folding it, you're going to have it this way. You need to have your close ends close to you. So on this part, we have the close ends. You can see me going around to take the measurement. So what I should have here should be 30 inches of length, equally on all sides. When you measure all the sides, this is the first one, which is the 2 yards for the longer one. You should have 30 inches length everywhere. You measure, you should have equal length. Now we're going to do some calculations so that we know how to cut our waist circumference. So in the case of the skirt, we're using a zip. We're using a zip for the skirt. It means we're going to use our actual waist measurement. So for me, my waist circumference is 32 inches. That is what I'm going to use for this. If you're using an elastic, you have to use your waist circumference plus additional inches, or you go ahead to use your hip circumference for that. But because I'm using a zipper, I'm going to use my waist circumference. Okay, you can see me writing that down. If you're using your hip circumference, you're going to use an elastic. If you're using your waist circumference, you're going to use if you're using your waist circumference, you're going to use a zipper. Okay, so now I'm gonna ahead to calculate. What you're going to add is a zip allowance, which is 2 inches to your actual waist circumference. So my waist is 32 plus 2 inches for my zip is 34. So I'm going to divide 34 by 6.28. So usually when we cut our circles, we divide by 6.28. So go ahead and divide whatever you get for yours. You divide it by 6.28. So after dividing, I had 5.4 inches. That's what I had for mine. Okay, so this is what we're going to use, right? So I decided to use 5 inches instead of 4. The aim here is so that we can achieve a fitted skirt. If you're using an elastic, you don't need to bother about the extra inches you're going to have, because your elastic is going to take up that space. But because we're using a zipper, you have to ensure that the measurements you are taking is accurate enough that when you fix your zipper to it, everything is going to align. Now what we're going to do now is to measure that waist circumference. Remember I said I'm using 5 inches. what we're going to do now is to measure that waist circumference. So you're going to measure it around the areas where you have your skirt closed. You can see where I'm taking this. Everywhere is closed around here. I have no opening. I just went down to mark 5 inches, and I'm going to mark that 5 inches all around. So you're going to place the tip of your tape at the beginning of your fold, just like I've placed it, and then go ahead and mark whatever inches you get. So you're going to use your own actual waist circumference. Don't use mine, except your waist circumference is 32 inches. But if your waist circumference is not 32 inches, use your waist circumference. So you can see me going round this with my chalk, so with my tape, to determine what I had. So it needs to match. The reason why it needs to match is that it needs to match with your waist circumference. So my actual waist measurement is 32. 32 divided by 4 is 8. Now that 8 inches, if I add my zip allowance, it's going to be 8 plus, that's 10 inches plus 2 inches for my zip allowance. So you see me now, I actually did a different, taking a different measurement. Initially, I used 5, and then I started to use 5.25 inches, because after measuring round that circumference, it was short. It wasn't exactly my waist circumference. I didn't even have my zip allowance included in that measurement, which was the first one I took. Okay, so take note of that. So you're going to make sure you measure it. The reason for doing all this, we don't want to have excess around the waist one, and we want it to match exactly with what we have. So I used 5.25 inches instead of 5 inches, which I used earlier. So that works perfectly. Now, what I'm doing now is going ahead to add half inch for my band allowance. So after using this, like after using this exact measurement, doing all this correction and then cutting out my skirt, it came out perfectly. I didn't have any excess. I didn't have any shortage. After fixing my zipper, everything just aligned perfectly. So that is it there. Just go ahead and cut. Make sure you cut around the allowance you added for your joining allowance. So now you can now measure your skirt. Take the measurement of skirt where you want it to be. So this is the measurement I have here. Mine is actually 24 inches after taking off that waist circumference. So I'm ensuring that what I have on one side is what I have on the other side. So a handkerchief flace skirt is basically is a square. You have all sides equal. You just have the waist around that part open, while the other parts are equal. You have to have equal ends on all parts. That's what gives you that handkerchief flace skirt. It's more like cutting a square and then cutting a circle around the top to accommodate your waist. That's just it. So I'm just trimming off the excess. I'm going to do it on the other side also, just ensuring that everything aligns. My fabrics, they are equal at all ends. That's just what we're trying to achieve. Now, like I said, if you want your skirt to be longer, our fabric comes in 60 inches of length. We have fabrics that come in longer length, except you just want to join your fabric to achieve a longer length, right? So you can absolutely do that. Now we'll go ahead to cut the shorter one. So the difference between the first one and this is the length. Other things are equal. That means we're using the same waist circumference like we did for the first one, because we'll be pairing them, joining them together to achieve the double handkerchief flace skirt. So I've gone ahead to fold this fabric into 4, just like I did for the other one. So when you fold, you're going to have clothes ends. The clothes ends are where you're going to take your measurement. So I'm going to take the same measurement, 5.25 inches. Please make sure you take the same waist circumference like you took for the other one. That's for the longer piece. So I'm taking 5.25 inches. I've measured that round, and I'm now using my chalk to connect the lines. So after doing that, also add the same allowance just like you did. So this is what you can see here. It matches. So the next thing is to just add my allowance to it. So you can use what you cut out from the other one to just, take off the next one. So now I'm going to just measure around this to make sure that I am on track. You need your waist circumference to match. Next is to just add the half inch joining allowance. So this joining allowance is for us to attach our band to the skirt. That's why we're just marking the joining allowance. So now that we have this, we can go ahead to cut out. So after cutting out, the difference between this and the other, like I said, is the length. So placing them together, you can see that they are matching equally. That's what you should have. So now we're going to measure around this to ensure that what we have around this on all ends are equal, just like we did for the longer one. Go ahead and measure that wherever you have longer, you just make some adjustments to that. That's simply what we're going to do to the skirt. So I'm going ahead to just mark the wrong side of this fabric because it can be quite confusing. Now, if I open the skirt up, this is what it looks like. Open it up. We don't have any opening right now. This is what it looks like. It looks this way. So if you're making it with an elastic, you don't have to, open slit open anywhere. But if you're not making it with an elastic and you're fixing a zipper just like we're doing, you have to make provision for where your zip would sit into. So before I do that, I'll go to the machine to stitch it down. So I'm placing the right side facing up. So the bigger part is on the table right now. I'm facing the right side facing up. That's the right side of the fabric facing up. Now I'm going to bring the smaller one and I'll place it, like align them together. Also the right side facing up. So you can see that the waist circumference that are aligning. You can go in with your pins to hold it down. Now the difference between this skirt, this double handkerchief skirt, the pattern I did, you can actually put your extensions, that's the handkerchief extensions, to go in the same direction, right? It creates them going in the same direction. So see, this is what I have on the table. They're going in the same direction right now. The difference is just their length going in the same direction. But that is not what I want to achieve. I want them to go in opposite direction. That means where it's long for the big one, it's going to be short for the small one. Where it's long for the small one, it's going to be short for the big one. It means that the longer part of each of them is going to make up for the shorter part of the other. Okay, they're just going to go in opposite direction of each other. That's what I'm doing now. So you can see me placing now. You can see the longer part of the smaller one, which is on top, is going in opposite direction, while the shorter part is going in opposite direction. That's just what we're going to achieve. Now I'm going to take this to the machine and I will stitch the waist circumference. I want to stitch this down first before opening this up to place my zip so that I can get a perfect area for my zip to sit into. So I'll go ahead and do that. So I've finished doing that. This is what it looks like. Remember that the skirt goes in opposite direction. That doesn't mean you cannot place yours going in the same direction. Okay, you can place yours going in the same direction, meaning that for both of them they can be going in the same direction. But for this skirt, this particular design and style I'm doing, they're going in opposite direction. Please, while placing that, place it the way you want. Okay, but I think placing this in opposite direction is what we're trying to achieve for this skirt. So just place yours going in opposite direction. So this is mine. Now I'm trying to pick out a spot where I can open for my zip. So because I've placed them together, I can now pick out where I want my zipper to sit. So I've placed this down. I'm going to now create an opening around here, which is where I'm going to attach my zip to. So make sure you're placing them properly, okay? It can come as a little bit of trouble while you're trying to find a space for your zip. But if you think you can, open this up first, stitch them round, and then you can do that. But I just wanted to do it this way so that I am on track, right? So just get a part, get one center. So what we should have done is to make notches. You make notches around it so that you can get the mid part of all of them and then know where to open up. So this is the part where I've picked where I want to place my zip. I want to place this down properly, ensuring that the fabric inside is not folding. Remember, we have the longer one underneath while we have the shorter one on top of it. So I'm placing this properly. Now, after doing this, I'll go in with my scissors and split it open. So while you're splitting, you want to split it from top to bottom. Don't split and stop at any end. Split it to the end so that when you stitch, attach your zipper, it's going to give you a nice look, right? So I place this down properly. Now what I'll do is to go in with my scissors to open it up. You can see me taking my time to do this. It's essential. It is important for you to, calm down, be patient while you're trying to pick a spot to split open. This is so that you don't have folds inside. You need your fabric to be smooth inside as it is outside. So I'll just open this up to the end. So you can see that where my opening ends is a longer part of my inner piece. So this is what it looks like after I've opened it up. So now what we're going to do is to close that back up and then create a space for the zip. So you want to take note of your front and your back. Please, it's essential to do that so that you know what you're doing. Now for the band, I've gone ahead to cut out a band. This is what it looks like. Your band is going to be the waist circumference, what you have around your waist, including your zip allowance. Okay. And then for the width of my band, I have my band at 5 inches. So it means I'm using a 2 inches band for this. I went ahead to fold half of an inch on both sides, folded it on top of each other again, and ironed. Ensure to place your soft gum, that's your interfacing, on your fabric while you're cutting for your band. So now the next thing we're going to do is to fit the band around the waist of our skirt. So you're going to tuck in your waist into the band. Just place it inside the band. Go ahead and use your pins to hold them down. So the reason you're working with your pins so that you can place this properly, go ahead and pin your band around the waist opening that you have. Make sure you take your time to pin it down properly so that you have this looking nice and clean, after which you go ahead to stitch it down. So after placing your band around the waist, go ahead and hem this all round. Finish doing that. This is the waistline after fixing my band. This is what it looks like. Like I said, take note of your front part so that you're not confused. And then this is what it looks like after hemming it. Now what we want to do is to align the seams together for the position for where our zip is going to sit. So you're going to place them together. Ensure that you're placing them properly. Okay, make sure you align them properly. The the essence of placing them properly is so that when you finish, the one you have, that's a shorter one, they're going to align. You want them to align after you finish stitching and putting your zipper. They need to match. That gives you that professional, neat finishing. If they are not matching, you can go ahead to make adjustments, make as much adjustments as you want so that it comes out looking nice and clean. So I'm just placed mine down. I'm ensuring to align this properly, okay? After which I'll go in with my pins. So at this point, you have to work with your pins. Use your pins to hold them down. So I'm going to hold it down here. I will hold it down at 3 points, just at the upper part. I will hold it at the midpoint and also at the base. So it's essential. If you also want to, you can just pin this all through, like pin from top to bottom instead of pinning at 3 points. Now, the next thing you want to do is to mark the position for your zip, where you want your zipper to end. So it's ideal that your zip does not go beyond your hip point. So I just marked 8 inches from the band, and then I came in by 1 inch, which is the zip allowance. So I'm going to mark this 1 inch to the full length, and I'll follow through and stitch it. After which I'm going to fix my zipper to the opening that I have left at the top. So this is what it looks like after I finished. Now this is what I was trying to explain. You need to ensure that the one you have at the upper parts, that they are aligning to give you that neat look. So the part we have rough in this skirt is the zip allowance area, where you go ahead to use your overlocker to make that look nice and clean. So this is the final look for the skirt. You can rock this with whatever top of your choice, and this is what it looks like inside of the skirt. Now this brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you're yet to subscribe to the channel, do well to subscribe. If you've not liked the video, also like the video. So the top I have on here, it's available, the tutorial is available on the channel. Do well to check it out. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.